Hi guys, I just wanted to make a video about mini roundabouts. So yeah, here we are. We've got a picture of a mini roundabout here. We know it's a mini roundabout because we can see the blue sign. Okay, and this is the mini roundabout sign that we're looking for on the approach. We may see this red triangle sign warning us of a roundabout coming up. But when we see this sign, we know it's a mini roundabout. Now, mini roundabouts are quite difficult to see, so they put this sign in and they are within spitting distance of the actual roundabout themselves. The roundabout is just a blob of paint basically. It's a circular blob of paint and usually it's got 3 arrows going around. This diagram doesn't, but it normally has 3 arrows just like this going around. Now, you need to avoid the blob, as I like to call it, but you can go on the arrows if you need to. Obviously, you try your best to go around the blob. So for example, if there was a wall just here and you only had one exit, two exits, and to go around the blob, you'd end up kind of crashing into the wall. Obviously, you would go onto the blob. So that makes sense, hopefully. Usually, you find mini roundabouts in residential areas, and sometimes they've been put in to calm the traffic. So previously, you might have found this was just like a T-junction, and there wasn't a road just there, for example, and they've put the roundabout in to calm the traffic and perhaps even let out make this junction, this entrance, a little bit easier to actually get out of. So sometimes that's what the council does. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the rule. Now, hopefully, if you've been having driving lessons, you'll know that it's give way to the traffic on your right at a roundabout, and that's the same as it would be for a mini roundabout. Okay, so if we're in the red car, we're going to need to give way to the blue car because the red car is looking to its right and the blue car is on its right. Okay, so we're going to give way to this person here. They might want to go straight across perhaps. Okay, so if this green one wasn't in the picture, this red one would potentially need to stop and let that one go across. Okay, if this blue one was indicating left, okay, this red one could potentially carry on because the blue one's not coming our way, so we could carry on. We don't have to give way to that one. Okay, if this blue car is not indicating or is indicating right, okay, so if it's indicating right, this red one would need to give way. Okay, it's very simple. It's very simple equation. We do sometimes get blockers. Blockers are coming from potentially the other side of the roundabout, or maybe even this direction, coming around the roundabout like so. So this green car, as you can see, it says blocker. This is the car that's going to block the blue car, which then gives us the chance in the red car to carry straight on. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to look at this green car and think about where it is going when we're approaching the roundabout. So if we're coming up to the roundabout nice and steadily, bringing our speed down to probably around 10, 12 miles an hour, gives us a chance to look here. If this car slows down or stops, there's generally a reason for it. And the reason is there's probably someone for this person to give way to. Okay, so this blue car would be giving way to this green car, and this green car is going to come on through because he's not indicating, he's not signaling. So as this green car crosses the give way lines, you just double check and then you can potentially carry on through like so. And then you have no problems, you don't need to give way to this blue one. Okay, we need to look at this green car very carefully because a lot of my pupils will say, oh, but Matt, this green car is not indicating, it might come around. Okay, that's true, it might, but you've got to have some faith in people. You've got to believe what you see is true. Why would this car come straight on down and then suddenly turn? It's probably not going to happen. So you've got to look at other things. So yes, they might not be indicating, they might come this way, but you've got to look at other things. So there's two other things. You can look at the speed of this green car. If this green car is going fast, do you think he's going to be able to make the turn? Probably not. He probably end up on two wheels as he goes around the roundabout. So speed is a factor. So you want to look at the speed of this vehicle. So does it match up with what you think it's going to do? So if it's going fast, it's probably going to want to go straight on. If it's going really slowly and not indicating, yeah, maybe it might come around. We double check as we go on, and we'd be going on nice and slow just to check that this green card does what we think it's going to do. Position is also another thing we need to look for. The position of that green car might give the game away. So let's say the green car is in a lane. It might be in the lane to turn, so watch out for that. Or it might just be swinging itself around like a kind of around in a wide position. That would give the game away. That would tell me that it's not going straight on. So maybe in that situation, if there's no signal and it's going wide, you might find that actually it's coming around towards you. So then you probably would want to stop. But if this car is going straight and it's going at a decent speed and there's no signal, we need to trust the fact that that green car is going to go straight on. Okay, does that make sense? You might, like I said earlier, have the red car coming around. Let's say the green car wasn't there. If the red car is coming around like this, it can also be a blocker to this person, which will then help you out. This is quite tricky though, because you've got to time your arrival. So when the red car is roughly here, I would say, you want to start to move, and then you're fully shielded from that blue car. In regards to indicators, hope that makes sense with the blockers, but in regards to the indicators, if we want to go left, if we're in the red car, if we want to go left, we do our mirror signal maneuver routine to go left. If we want to go ahead, second exit, what we're going to do is we're going to signal with our brakes. So we're not going to indicate left or indicate right, we're just going to signal with our brakes. And if we're going to go right, third exit, what we're going to do is we'll indicate right on the approach. As we go around the roundabout, we're just going to leave that right signal on, because the distance between exit 2 and exit 3 is so small that no one's going to really benefit from that left signal as we turn off, like we would on a bigger roundabout. So left signal for going left, brake lights for going ahead, no need to signal off, and right signal on approach, around we go, and no signal left as we leave. Now I hope that made a bit of sense. Obviously you can pause the video, rewind the video, and just re-watch it. But that in a nutshell is how you deal with mini roundabouts. I wish you all the best with driving lessons, and good luck with the driving test. Speak to you soon.